Hi everyone, it's Robin. So, remember all these velvet pumpkins that I bought at Dollar Tree? And I bought a whole slew of them in my haul. Well, I've been altering them because I'm trying to do some of my fall decorating through the house. And I knew that I wasn't going to leave these plain like this. See the little stems? They're plastic and just real, well, they're just not the way that I want them to look. I wanted them to look a little bit more higher end. So I was going to show you some of the things that I've done. So I took this pumpkin right here. This is the champagne colored one. Let me see if I turn on another light, if you can see a little bit better. This is the champagne colored one, or what I'm calling champagne. So I took it from this to this. And I think they're so pretty. I love them. So, last year, and I think they have them again this year at Pier 1, my husband and I went up, and I was really inspired by all of the more muted colors, and that's how I did a lot of my crafting last fall, was with more of the muted colors. And they had this little pumpkin. It was larger than this, but they had beadwork and things, you know, on it that dripped down like so. So I remembered that, and I decided to use my sequins on them. I'll show you in a minute how I did the little stems too, just so they didn't look like this. But anyway, okay. So then here is the here's the teal colored one, and hopefully that is showing up as a really deep, it's a really deep turquoise, I guess you would say. Yeah, deep turquoise, deep aqua. So I took it from this to this. Big difference, huh? To me, they look more, more higher end. So there's those two. And then I haven't put anything on the orange one yet. I think that's what it looks like just by painting the stems. You can see a difference there. So that's what those look like. And then I bought some of the little cream colored ones as well, and all I did to that was I painted the stem, and I added I had some of these felt leaves in my stash, so I used those. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'll just put these up here to where they're out of my way, and so it'll be like a short little craft with me. Now on the chocolate one right here, I think I'll do that because the sequins are pretty self-explanatory. All in the world that I did was, you know, this fabric tack that we use for everything. This is where this is really going to come in handy for you. These are on here. I mean, there's a couple, because I haven't shaken these off. But if you'll just do that, and those little suckers, they don't want to stick to anything. I bought, you can see over here, let me show you what I have. These are sequins that I bought at Dollar Tree, and I put them in these little bins like this to where I can sort them out. These are from Tuesday Morning. Here's some more from Dollar Tree. So this is a really bright gold, and this is more of like a champagne gold. And then these little things I bought just here recently, and that's what I can't get to stay with anything. They're like really lightweight, and I'm having a hard time getting them to stick. I think they'd probably look prettier in shaker cards, but I have those. And then I also have these iridescent ones from Tuesday morning as well. And then, do you remember? Whoops. Gosh, I forgot that I didn't have the lid on that. That could have been bad. The Love and Lemon rhinestones, or bling, in all different sizes and shapes. Golly, I didn't realize that some of those were just that huge in the bottom, but I pulled these out thinking that I'll use those. And then the paints that I'm using are the chalk paints from Walmart. This is the Waverly Wax in the antique, the celery, and the white. And then I also pulled out the folk art. This is metallic, and the color is Sahara Gold, just for a little bit of something. So to explain to you on, let's say this one, on this stem, hopefully you can see that. What I did was I painted it first with celery, let that dry, and then I dry brushed the white on. And by dry brushing, I mean that I put a little bit of paint on my paintbrush and then I wipe it off on a paper towel or something, just to where there's just very little paint on there, and went over the stem to where it would give it kind of a frosted sort of look. So that's how I did that one. And then on this one, as you can see here, what I did was I took and I painted, I did my base coat in, what did I do my base coat in? Maybe I did, oh, I did my base coat in the Sahara Gold. And then I dry brushed on top of that. I dry brushed it with the white again, just like I did on this, except I used a different base coat. And then I went back over it with the wax, the antique wax. And after I was finished going over it, then I wiped it all off. Every bit of it. I wiped it off so that it would get in the cracks and the little crevices of the stem and give it just a, I just think that they look better. So I did that. And I did the same thing on this one, as you can see. And you really can't see the Sahara Gold on here that well. But I did it anyway, so I mean, I guess you could skip this step and just paint it white and then go back over it with the wax. But that's how I did those. So, and I did it the same thing with these. And I think these are going to be on my these are going to be in my kitchen, which is more of a French country farmhouse type decor in there. And so I won't be putting the bling on it, but in my dining room, I needed it to be just a little bit, you know, blingier. And to be perfectly honest with you, I wish that when I did this mix right here, because I mixed these, what I'm calling champagne gold bling, I mixed it with the iridescent, and I wish that I hadn't put the iridescent in there, because I'm just not that fond of it with it. I wanted it to be, I wanted it to be more like this one, where it's kind of the same color, but just monotone. So I won't be doing my next one like this. I'll just be using this and maybe some of these. That's what I was kind of thinking. So moving along to this little pumpkin, I was thinking, because this gold, I will show you. I've been playing around with it. See that gold? that isn't really what I want. I wanted it to just be some subtle bling, some bling, but subtle bling. That doesn't work. And then I didn't think that these, I mean, they're okay. Let's see if I can get some on here. This is how I craft, you guys. I just kind of play around. I mean, yeah, that's okay. But I was thinking, oops, got a few lost in there. I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be neat if I were to put some different sizes of bling here on this one, like this, you know, and have it go on down like that. And of course get smaller as you go down, but in no real random order. So what do you think? Is that too much? I don't know. I think it's kind of pretty. I think I kind of like it. Yeah? I don't have to be like, I was thinking, this sounds crazy, I was thinking chocolate diamonds, because chocolate pumpkin, and then I don't have any brown rhinestones in my stash, so I was thinking that maybe that could be pretty. I could do that, or I could just do these. So I don't know. Let's play with it here for a second and see. Look, try to figure it out. I know my craft process is probably completely different from yours, but this is how I try to decide on things. Which one do you think? You know what? I have taught myself out of these chocolate diamonds. And I'm going to do these sequins on this one. Yep, I sure am. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to put these up, and I think that when I do, this one's going to stay just like this. But I have more of these white ones. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll do some white ones and bling those up for this one. That's what I'll do. Okay, so here's how I do this. It isn't rocket science, and it's so easy, and it's relaxing. So I just take my fabric tack and I come down so far with it in the grooves, and hopefully you all can see that. To kind of make it like it's running. Can you see where I have my glue? It's the darker colors. And then I was mixing these. Well, maybe I still can. So let's just pour some of these out. And some of these. These are, let's just mix them up. Those little things are irritating, but they're cute. And then I just sort of sprinkle them on. I should have put a paper underneath all these. That's okay. there isn't any rhyme or reason to how I've been doing this. I just sprinkle it on and try to get the glue covered, and then what I do is I've been taking my Teflon bone folder and just kind of pressing, and you're going to have it come off in certain spots and all. And then tap, 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 tap. And I've been using my tweezers to place some, because sitting and placing all of these perfectly, well, I'm sorry, but I don't have the patience for that. But I thought that it was pretty like this. Oops. Oh, I'm going to have fun vacuuming my craft room with all these sequins. So a few, you'll have to go in and just place manually to cover up all of your glue, but if you just sprinkle them like that, I've found that it speeds up the process. So there, like that. And then you just keep going. If I wanted this to come down a little bit further, that's fine. But it doesn't, I'm not looking for each one to be absolutely perfect. What I'm looking for is just coverage, to come down so far, and do it all the way around. And it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. So I need to get this finished up to where I can finish decorating my dining room table. I am on the hunt for some charcoal colored placemats for in there, because I think that I need those for the way that I'm decorating my table this year, which is just a tad bit different than I did it last year. And so yeah, but I wanted to share with you how I was upcycling, would you call it upcycling? How I'm changing up my dollar store velvet pumpkins. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm off to do some sequins. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.